Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Myrtle Beach Living Live. This is Todd Cartner, your host. And if you are watching us, you can now watch us live on Facebook on 5 different channels. You can see us over on YouTube Live and now LinkedIn Live. So we're on 8 different locations now, coming to you every Wednesday afternoon at 12:30. And today I'm proud to have with us Mariah Crawford, who is coming to us from Salem, Oregon. Hi, Mariah. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. Thank you. This is awesome.
Yeah, so glad to have you here. We appreciate it. We've been running a series here for the last couple of weeks, having different agents on from all over the country. We've had one in Renton, Washington. We've had them down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, one up in New Jersey, and now we have you. So you're wrapping up our real estate segment, and then we're going to be going into some local businesses here in the next couple of weeks. But we're glad to have you here. So here, let's see what the audience has to say.
I love it.
So guys, if you are watching with us, regardless of which channel you're on, the only thing you have to do is type your comments in the comment section below the video, and we'll be glad to get those online. Or you can call us live right here at 843-246-7474, and we'll get you on air with me and Mariah. Mariah, tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and everything else. I know you have a little new one running around here.
I do. So my name's Mariah. I'm 23 years old. I'm a real estate agent here in the Salem, Oregon, Willamette Valley area. I actually got into real estate. I started taking classes at night while I was a senior in high school, got my license right out of high school at 18. And then a few years later, about a year and a half ago, my husband jumped in full time and joined me. So now we work together as a team. And we just had a little baby girl, Astrid, she's 6 months old now. So about 6 months ago. And yeah, we're enjoying real estate as a team. It's a lot of fun.
So how do you balance real estate and having a 6-month-old? I don't know that I could do that.
Well, time blocking is everything. Just having, especially like our prospecting follow-up time in the calendar, and just living by our schedule. But it also definitely helps that my husband was in real estate with me after I had her. So I was able to take actually time off, which I know I have other friends that are moms and realtors, and they weren't able to take any time off at all because, it doesn't stop. So
Right.
That was a huge blessing for me.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about, so now are you the broker owner?
No, we work, we're just a team together. We work at Berkshire Hathaway. So we're under them. We don't have our own brokerage or
I got you.
Or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, the way I came across you, Mariah, is your YouTube videos. I do a lot of those myself, and as any profession should, you always stalk your competition. But even though we're not competition, being halfway across the country, all the way across the country, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you're fine.
We're all the way in South Carolina, but I like some of the stuff you were doing. You do a lot of the things that we do. So I did want to reach out to you and talk about your market and see how things are going, and then kind of compare them here. And so far, the consistency has been that every category that you look at, they are going up about the same percentage. So even though when we were talking about Renton, Washington, which is just under Seattle, their price range or their price point is much higher than here. It's almost double, to be honest. But they still are going up about the same percentage. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, and just see what you guys are doing there. And I know that Salem is a very popular place. There's a lot of tourists that come into that area as well. And so that's one of the reasons we picked you as well. So just tell us about your market.
Well, our market is, just like you were saying, we have only seen prices rise. I know when everything first shut down back in March, everyone was talking about how prices were going to drop drastically this summer. And we heard so many things like that. But honestly, prices have only gone up. I know the average price right now in South Salem is about $430,000. And a year ago it was $380,000. So they've only gone up. We're seeing a lot of buyers, because, obviously interest rates are so low right now. We're under 3%, which is crazy. And yes. There's not many homes on the market. So we are super low on inventory. And I'm actually starting to see a good handful of our buyers just say, you know what, we're going to wait to buy because we're sick of getting, so many offers on these houses and they're selling so fast just because of the low inventory issue. But at the same time, I don't know that prices are going to drop anytime soon. I mean, who knows, but I'm not really seeing any huge signs here that that's going to happen. So we'll see. I have no clue what's going to come, but that's what we're seeing right now.
And we're seeing the same thing here. Our prices over last year have gone up a little over 10%. So
Wow.
that's huge. So, and I agree, or let me say, I understand what your buyers are saying.
Yeah.
Really, they need to buy, because if the prices continue to go up, then they're really not getting as good of a deal if they buy right now. And we have about a 5.5 month attrition rate right now. So it's a 5.5 month supply. For those of you who don't know what that is, that means that based on the buying stats that are going on right now and how fast people are closing on homes, if there were no more homes put on the market from this day forward, then we would still have about a 5.5 month supply of inventory before all the homes are sold out. So we're seeing that we are low right now compared to what we normally are in inventory as well. And we've also noticed not only the price of the square footage has gone up for a single family home, but also for condos and townhomes as well. What about there? Are you seeing that with the condos and townhouses?
In our market, here in Salem, of course, if you venture out closer to Portland or Eugene, you're going to see, we've always had a bunch of condos and townhomes there. But here in Salem, we really haven't had a ton of condos and townhouses until just about a year and a half, 2 years ago. We've seen a lot more new construction townhome communities coming into the area, which is awesome because it's more affordable housing. But we really, up until just recently, Salem itself hasn't been a huge market for townhouses, if you will.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What about your days on the market? I see Beverly's here. Hey, Beverly. Welcome. Beverly comes all the time on our show each week. So, hey, Beverly, we're glad to see you here as well. But what about your days on the market, Mariah? It's interesting because last year our single family homes were this time of the year were on the market about 138 days, and now they're down to 87 days.
Wow.
And when you look at in 87 days, people need to also understand that that's not 87 days before it goes under contract. That's 87 days, including the 30-day or 45-day contract period. So, right. Technically they're selling in around the 45, 50-day area.
Mm-hmm. Our average, similar, it's about 90 days is our average days on market right now. So, wow. And that has gone up. I don't know exactly what it was last year, but I know that, they are selling quicker now than they were a year ago from now, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So what's your average price per square foot? Do you know that?
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Ours is up about 3.5%. It was around the $118 a square foot for a new or for a single family, and now it's up to about $141 a square foot. So it's definitely going up. And Myrtle Beach is a tourist area. And I've said this each episode, and if you guys are watching again, then I apologize. I'm going to repeat myself, but I do want Mariah to hear it. The thing that we all thought about, and I'm sure you did there too, that during this COVID time, when it started in the spring and everyone was sitting at home, they were saying, my house is too big, I need something smaller, or my house is too small, I need something bigger. But being a tourist destination, we had a lot of people that were up in the Northeast that vacation here that said, if I'm going to be stuck in my home, I'm going to go down to the beach. Well, what they couldn't do was go to the hotels because they shut all the hotels down. Right. Now those same people are starting to buy here. And I've got 2 or 3 clients I'm working with right now that, they're making offers on homes, and it's not much less than list price. And they haven't even seen them and aren't even coming to closing. They're just going to take my word for it, which I don't really like. I'd rather them look at it, but I do go preview the homes. I don't just do it without previewing them. But that's kind of an interesting thing. Then I don't know if you guys. It is interesting, and we were talking with Darren James, who's with eXp Realty down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He says he's seeing the exact same thing. As a matter of fact, he and I chatted the other day, and he said that their sales have started even building up since he was on the show about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they're starting to pick up a lot too. So,
Wow.
it is crazy.
Wow.
But so tell me a little bit about
Wow.
how the COVID virus has affected your market. You mentioned it just a moment ago that you haven't really slowed down. I didn't at all. I've been very busy. I took the first couple weeks of that time frame, and I think I recorded 115 videos. Of course, they weren't all edited, and they're about 30 minutes long. So you can go to our YouTube channel.
Good for you.
At Realtor Todd Card.
Amazing.
You know, it's all just information about real estate.
I love it.
How to accept an offer and all that kind of stuff. I know you do a lot of that. As a matter of fact, your first video that I watched was when you were going through and door knocking, and I thought that was awesome. That's so right on point. That's exactly what you get. So, I try not to do the door knocking anymore.
I don't either, honestly, but yeah, that's funny.
So talk to us about the COVID and how that has really affected your market.
Well, back in March when everything first shut down, there was a tiny bit of a pause. I mean, transactions were still closing, things were still happening, things were still in escrow, if you will, but we definitely noticed just a tiny bit, maybe a couple weeks, a month at the very most, of just a tiny bit of a pause. I think people just didn't really know what was going to happen or what was going on. And during that time, I'd call for sell by owners and they'd be like, no one's moving, like nothing's happening. We're putting our selling process on hold. But that honestly, like I said, it didn't last more than a few weeks, a month at the most. It didn't last long. And by April or so, pretty much back to normal. And we started seeing a lot of buyers coming out. Like I said, maybe partially because interest rates are so low, but we started to see a lot of buyers. And I still hear every now and then when I call for sell by owners, someone will say that they don't want to put their home on the market because they don't want random people that they know walking through it. But that is very, very rare. Most people are, business as usual.
Right. And I know that we're doing a lot of virtual tours here where we're just showing the property remotely and our clients, because some of the clients don't even feel, or buyers don't feel like they need to go into other people's houses for their safety as well. Right. I personally have implemented a couple things where I ask the buyers not to touch any of the doorknobs, or if they want to look into a room, to let me do it. And then before we leave, I go through and wipe everything down that I touched. Has your MLS or your real estate association, have they put into any rules that you must follow as an agent?
They have. Yes, we have to wear masks when we go into the home. We have to stay 6 feet apart from the client. So it's kind of hard not to shake their hand because you're so used to that, but just have to get used to not doing that anymore for now. So we have to stay 6 feet apart. We're supposed to sanitize the doorknob and any light switches that we touch, that type of thing. So definitely, they have, most of the listings are having hand sanitizer when you first walk in, so you can sanitize when you come and go. So it's very, very safe. They're taking a lot of precautions right now for sure.
Sure, absolutely. And one thing that I've even heard some of the other associations have put into place is they're only allowing 2 people in the home at a time. So if you have 3 or 4 people that come to look at the property, they are only letting 2 in, and then you can continue to show the other ones. But, the sad thing about this whole virus is nobody knows. People are making up rules without, who knows, or just pulling stuff out of the air. It is a little crazy, but we haven't slowed down at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm busier than I've ever been in real estate right now. So
that's amazing.
For the people that aren't, I want to touch on this, and then we're going to jump over to a commercial break. But for people that aren't aware, there are so many things as agents can do for you. If you're looking at a property that you want to view, we can do a Facebook Live with you. We can do a virtual video. There's several apps out there that agents have access to, that they can go and actually walk you through the home without you even being there, and you can get a good look at it. So if you are interested in buying, don't hesitate to look out because the market's great. We're going to touch on the real estate interest rates here in just a moment when we come back from the commercial break. But hang tight with us, and we'll be right back with Mariah. And don't forget, after the break, if you have any questions or comments, put them in your comment section below the video, or give us a call at 843-246-7474, and we'll be right back. Every client is unique and has different needs. Whether it's a growing family, a first-time buyer, an investor, or someone looking to downsize, I am here to help guide them through the process. My name is Todd Cartner. I am a realtor with Exit Coastal Real Estate Pros. I serve Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, and there is no place I would rather have my family call home. You need a realtor you can trust and will put your needs first. I want to become your lifetime realtor. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, please give me a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. All right, and welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living Live. Todd Cartner, your host here, and I have with me today Mariah Crawford, all the way from Salem, Oregon. And if you guys are interested in asking any questions about real estate with me and Mariah, just feel free to make comments in the section below. We are streaming live on 5 different Facebook channels, on YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. So, Mariah, let's talk about what the local experts in your area, as well as the leader, or not just real estate experts, but even some of your city council or state experts, representatives, or what are they saying about the real estate market? Where do they see it in Salem, Oregon between now and the end of 2020?
You know, it's funny because I'm really hearing 2 different things, and I'm hearing 2 very different things. I'm hearing from some lenders and other real estate professionals that they're saying that prices are going to drop drastically very soon or after the election. And then I'm hearing from another side that's saying that they're very optimistic and they don't see any signs of prices dropping. So I don't really know what I think. Honestly, I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. But I'm definitely hearing both sides of, prices are going to drop soon. The market's going to change. Interest rates are going to rise. Of course, we've been hearing that for years, though. And then I'm hearing the other side that's very optimistic about it.
Yeah. And we're hearing a lot of the same thing too. And it is an election year, and not to get political by any means, but election year always affects the real estate market somewhat to an extent. But I think personally, from everything I have seen, I think that the year is going to end very strong. Some of our lenders here that are local lenders, not just your national lenders, your Wells Fargo, Bank of America, but some of the local lenders, guys here, they're saying that they think the interest rates may drop below 2% by the beginning of the 4th quarter. And
wow.
If that happens, if you have any inkling that you're going to buy a piece of real estate, you need to jump all over that. And that is
crazy.
It is. And also, it's a great time to refinance. If you're saving more than %, that's a great time to refinance or to buy investment properties. That's as a matter of fact, I'm working a deal right now on an investment property that's at 4.25% interest rate. That's crazy for an investment property. You normally those are around 6 to 8%. So even those have come down, which is very interesting. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. So are you hearing anything about the interest rates dropping from local people, not your national lenders, but more the local lenders?
That's interesting. I haven't actually. I haven't heard anything about that. But that's very interesting, though. That's crazy if that does happen.
And it's promising too, because that means that the year's going to end strong.
For sure.
I've even had a lot of clients that ask me lately, do you think there's going to be a lot of foreclosures in 2021? And I don't think so. And part of the reason that is I follow it politically a little bit, and I do believe that they're going to try to put something into place that would prevent lenders from foreclosing on people because of this virus. It's lasted already longer than we thought it would, and and who knows how it's going to be. I mean, school systems don't even know how they're going to start back, and they start back, in a month and a half.
Yeah.
So it's interesting at what's going to happen here, in the next year. But I think we have a little question here from Beverly. She says, which are the apps we can get to do the viral tours direct with a client? Well, you can always go, Beverly, with Facebook Live. You can even do YouTube Live now to look at that. There is a nice little app that I actually have here recently that is called Momenzo, Momenzo. And you can go through, and it has different templates built in. It's a very small fee for the app, but it has different templates that are built in, and you can change a video. You take the same video and you can change the video from just listed to open house to pending to sold to featured to whatever, and it does your overlays with your information on it. And so you use the same video, and with the touch of a button, it creates that new video. So I've actually used that a couple of times for clients, and they really, really like it. Of course, on all my listings, I do a 360 video, and I can always share that, or any other agent can share that 360 video. So that makes it a little bit easier. But check out that Momenzo app. That's one of my newest tools of the trade, and I really like that. So check that one out. It's very easy to use. Just make sure that whenever you do that, that you turn your cell phone landscape instead of portrait, because it does make a big difference on your video. You get more of the room. So that's just a little tech tip for the day. So anyway, I know you don't deal in real rental properties, but are you seeing the rental rates are rising because of the price of the houses going up and people just can't afford them? Are you seeing the rental rates going up as well over in Salem?
Yes, for sure. Over the last few years, it has gone up so much. And I think part of it is we're seeing a lot of people in Salem, where I'm at, moving here from Portland because it's just so much more affordable to live here. And so, the rent is so much lower, the housing prices are so much lower. So renters and buyers, we're seeing a lot of people coming from Portland over here, and the prices for rent have gone up as well.
How far are you from Portland?
We're an hour south of Portland.
So people don't mind commuting that hour.
Nope. It's all freeway. So a lot of people are moving to, especially like the north side of Salem. So it's on the tip of the town. And they'll just commute and live here just because the prices of living there is just crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And our rental rates here have gone up significantly over the last year or so. And the reason for that is the new construction. And this is going to make your hair stand up on your arms because your prices versus ours.
Yeah.
But about a year and a half, 2 years ago, you could get a new 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot, maybe 1,400 square foot home for in the 170, 180,000 range. And now that same home is starting at 240, 250. So they've gone up around $50,000 in the last year and a half, 2 years or so. And what that does is it drives up the resale prices as well.
Right.
So when that happens, and now the people that were thinking I'm going to buy, now they can't afford to buy. So now it's pushed up the rental rates because they have to continue to rent. And I will tell you, I'm not 100% familiar with your market there, but in our market, if you are paying more than $1,000 a month in rent, I can get you in a home for that or less. So,
wow.
What's your average rental rate there for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath?
1,500, getting close, higher than that now, but I'd say 1,500 for something simple, not super nice.
So a 1,300 square foot home there would sell for what, roughly, in just an average neighborhood?
1,300 square foot home in South Salem, probably just under 400, upper threes.
Okay, so around the 400,000, you're going to be at around a $2,000, $2,200 a month payment, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, yeah.
But you own it.
Yeah,
and you get tax credits.
What is your guys's? I'm just so curious. What is your guys's average sale price where you're at in Myrtle Beach?
Right now, our average sale price is $311,000 with everything that you put in. A single family home, average price there is around 247. So yeah, and that's going to be your 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,350 square foot, something.
That is crazy.
It is crazy, but so are you seeing that the homes that are on the lower end that are resales, we're speaking resales only here, that are lower priced are going really, really fast because of the rate of the price increase is going up?
Yes, we just listed one, and it's just yesterday morning. By the end of the day, we have a handful of offers, 18 showings. I mean, it's crazy. And that's what we're seeing every time we list something. That's, I mean, basically anything under 300 is going to go just insanely quick. Yeah.
And we used to have that 300 number here is 150,000. But now you can, I mean, $150,000 house in this market, especially the closer you get to the ocean, that house is not going to be in good shape. It's going to need a lot of work. But you know, that's what it is. So we're going to wrap up the show with one last question for you. And I want you to tell this to your viewers, because hopefully you're getting some people watching over there. We've got right now, just so you know, there are 114 people watching us on social media. So, wish I had a lot more questions, but you guys are a little camera shy, I guess. But with people in your market, if they were asking you to buy a home right now or to sell a home, what would you tell each of the buyers and sellers?
If they're wanting to buy, I would say, you know, take advantage of these interest rates. If you can find something, I know we're low on inventory, but totally take advantage of these. I'm hearing a lot of buyers saying that they want to wait until prices drop, but you know, we don't know when that's going to happen. And also, you know, with interest rates and everything, it's all going to even out. I don't think waiting for, you know, a deal is necessarily the smartest thing to do. I would say take advantage of these interest rates and just buy something. And for sellers, I would say pretty much the same thing, as far as we don't know how long this is going to last. This market where prices have gone up and up and up ever since I got into the business in 2015. I know back in 2015, everyone was saying prices are going to drop, you know, any day now. They've been going up for so long, it can't last much longer. And here we are, and they're still going up, but we don't know how long it's going to last. So now is a fantastic time to sell your home. And it's a very unique market. I hate saying this because it sounds like such a realtor line, but it's so true that there's really great opportunity for both buyers and sellers right now. It's a very unique market. And I know, like I said, that's something that just sounds kind of like a salesy thing realtors say, but it's 100% true. I'm not, you know, just saying that because I'm a realtor. Like, there's opportunity for buyers and there is for sellers. I would buy right now and I would sell. So it's a great time for both. Advantage.
You mentioned it earlier too. I don't see the prices going down anytime soon.
No.
If they do, I'm thinking it's going to be probably second or third quarter 2021 before they start leveling out, just based on what we're seeing. So, but anyway, Mariah, thank you so much for joining us. I enjoyed it. Best of luck in real estate. And you know what? Give Astrid a hug from us over here on the East Coast.
I will. Thank you, Todd. You have a good one.
You too. Congratulations again.
Bye. Bye-bye.